Episode 711. Wei Chen had clearly calculated this game of cat and mouse with precision. 1-inch Ash's slash was entirely within his expectations.
Windward formation sidestepped, trying to dodge the slash and keep running.
For an average player, Wei Chen's move would have been more than enough. But was Chao Yifan average? Even the most insignificant player in the pro circle is still part of the pro circle. It's a completely different world from ordinary online gamers. The blade light chased after Windward formation's twisting body. Wei Chen saw no other option and had to dodge with a wide, desperate lunge. If it were a one-on-one, that would be one thing. Wei Chen had tricks to break free again. But now, Lord Grimm was closing in fast. He'd barely managed to shake off 1-inch Ash, and now Lord Grimm was about to latch onto him again. At this point, it's a dead end. The plan to enter the dungeon is completely ruined. Wei Chen made a snap decision. Windward formation turned and said to 1-inch Ash,
Little brother, I can tell you're an honest man. If you happen to loot my gear, you'll give it back, won't you?
Xiao Yifan was taken aback, but he still numbly replied with an okay. Even as he agreed, though, he dared not relax his control for a single moment. The lesson was still fresh in his mind, and Xiao Yifan was someone who learned from his mistakes. The moment he answered, Windward formation stripped his gear with lightning speed, then thrust out his bare chest.
Quick, kill me!
Xiao Yifan's hand trembled again. He realized just how far he still had to go. He had no idea who this person was, but one thing was clear. This was no ordinary online gamer. Now Xiao Yifan was even more convinced that even in the pro scene, there probably weren't many talents like the one standing before him.
Faster, hit harder, open more formations. Hey, even if you are level 55, there's no way you should be this slow. You're sandbagging on purpose, aren't you? That's not right. When facing an enemy, you seize every possible chance and kill them as fast as you can. That's the most effective way to reduce accidents, avoid mistakes, and minimize the influence of luck.
Wei Chen actually started lecturing Xiao Yifan. Xiao Yifan remained silent. The man's words did make sense, but hearing them directed at him right now, somehow, they just didn't sit right.
You little brat, did you do that on purpose?
Finally seeing Lord Grimm closing in, and still not dead, Wei Chen grumbled in dissatisfaction, punctuating it with an exaggerated beard-stroking glare emoji.
Being decent doesn't mean being stupid. Xiao Xiao, move aside. Watch me take care of this old bastard.
Yi Shu grinned as Lord Grimm charged in, driving straight at the streaking Windward formation.
Damn it, you think you can take me?
Windward formation's equipment instantly reappeared on him. He also downed a large potion, all while saying,
Little comrade, you'd better stand back. I don't want to accidentally hit you.
Xiao Yifan's 1-inch Ash actually listened and took 2 steps back. Yi Shu quickly stopped him.
Hey Xiao Xiao, you fell for that? Get behind him, cut off his escape.
Yi Shu, you bastard.
Wei Chen had been seen through again. Furious and humiliated, he cursed as Windward formation unleashed a curse of the sword, not aimed at any single target, but spinning its orb into a full scatter shot. Amid the chaos, Wei Chen tried to slip Windward formation away, but Ye Shu saw right through it. Lord Grimm's body trembling, he charged through the gaps in the curse of the sword and swung his spear straight at Windward formation's head. Windward formation had no choice but to dodge. Once a warlock got cornered up close like this, they didn't have many good options. Their powerful skills all needed casting time. But now that he was locked in melee range, when was there time to chant? An elementalist, at least, has teleport to quickly create distance, but a warlock doesn't. When facing an attack, they only had options like dodging or parrying. As cloth-armored mages, they could certainly try those, but their physical attack judgment was pathetically weak. Even using a dual-blade second flow wouldn't help. The result would be just like Lord Grimm parrying Bloodfiend's Raging Blade, a powerful, heavy-hitting skill, and getting knocked back directly. He followed up with a Binding Curse, then a Severing Spell. Wei Chen was doing his best to stall with some fast-casting low-level skills, but his opponent was no ordinary fighter either. Sure, he had a level advantage, but Ye Shu had already calculated exactly how much that advantage would matter. Ye Shu had accounted for all of that before launching his attack, so in the end, the only difference was a slightly slower output. His control and crowd management were on par with anyone at the same level. If Wei Chen were a melee class, he could have tried to overpower his opponent head-on. But as a cloth-armored mage, once he was already locked in close quarters, even a 10-level advantage was useless. They hadn't been at it long when Chen Guo's chasing haze finally caught up, and seeing that dark cannon barrel already taking aim at her, well, if Wei Chen didn't shoot his mouth off at a moment like this, he wouldn't be Wei Chen.
Fine, I'll take the L today. You've got the numbers, I yield.
Numbers don't change the outcome. Still gotta run your mouth even at death's door?
Ye Shu, unlike Chao Yifan, didn't have a single tremor in his hands. He just kept hammering away, slash after slash.
Let's get this straight. That silver weapon is my life's work. If it drops, you give it back.
Fine. As long as it's not a silver weapon, I'll give it back.
Don't act like you don't understand.
If I don't cut a piece out of you, you won't learn your lesson.
Ye Shu showed no sign of backing down. Wei Chen had barely been playing at all, but now he was thrashing around like a madman again. Still, if going mad was all it took to break free, he'd have done it long ago. Right now, he's just seeing if he can get one last bite in before he kicks it. But would Ye Shu give him that chance? Another round of chaotic pounding, and Windward Formation's health finally hit rock bottom. Then a circle swing came stabbing in, landing clean, and hoisted Windward Formation high into the air.
Silver weapon, come out.
Yi Chu, you'll die a miserable death.
Amid Wei Chen's shouts, Windward Formation tumbled headfirst and hit the ground with a clean thud.
Holy shit! Yi Chu, you trying to summon the dead? You'll die a miserable death.
The moment he hit the ground, Wei Chen immediately opened his equipment panel. One look, and he was cursing again. Yi Shu's shout just now was like a summoning call. It actually managed to lure away Windward Formation's silver weapon.
Old Wei weep.
A soul cannot make a sound, nor can it hear the voices of others. Wei Chen saw Lord Grimm's floating text above his corpse, complete with a maniacal laughing emoji, bobbing back and forth. This nearly made Wei Chen choke on his own breath. He opened his friend list and quickly tried to add Lord Grimm, only to be rejected outright. The guy hadn't even enabled friend requests.
Yi Chu, you son of a bitch.
Wei Chen cursed wildly, but he knew there was no way anyone in the game could hear him. Instead, it was the internet cafe where he was gaming that saw a whole row of people stand up all at once.
Which bastard keeps trash-talking Ye Chu?
Damn it! I can't
just take that?
It's me. What of it?
Wei Chen slammed the table and shot to his feet. In an instant, a dozen people rose with him. The game nerds who'd been shouting curses from the other side took one look at the 20-odd guys, a mix of thugs and brawlers, and froze on the spot. As much as he resented his idol Yi Chu being treated that way, his own safety mattered more. So he nodded and said,
A real man, huh? Trash-talking Ye Chu. Count me in.
Guys as shameless as that one are still the minority. Most people, seeing the other side had the momentum, would wisely sit back down.
Go play your game.
Wei Chen shot the guy a glare, but he didn't even have the energy to curse. He knew all too well that these tricks were useless against Ye Chu. Completely useless.
Brother Wei.
By now, the thugs around Wei Chen had already crowded in to ask.
Damn it, my weapon dropped.
Wei Chen said, his face a mask of misery.
Damn it.
The crowd cursed in unison, then turned to glare at Wei Chen with murderous intent.
How's it going?
Screw that. Go play your own game.
Wei Chen waved his hand. Then, seeing Lord Grimm still showboating in-game, he simply returned to town to respawn, out of sight, out of mind.
Huh, he's gone.
Seeing the corpse was gone, Ye Shu felt a twinge of regret. Ye Shu was rather put out that he couldn't chat with the corpse. It's just a game. Why does it have to be so real? Moments like this, when you can hear the victim's true feelings, now that's pure delight.
Hey, take a look at the weapon.
Chen Guo was beside herself with impatience, while Ye Shu, having just gotten his hands on the silver weapon, was already showing off with it. She couldn't wait any longer.